What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from DopeTechDaily.com. Today's a big one. Today I'm bringing you guys my favorite 5 Android phones of 2017. Now first of all, this is not a objective best of list. I'm going to do another one that has fans' opinions taken into account where I talk about the top 5 Android phones from a value, price, specs comparison. These are just my favorite 5 Android phones. A lot of people ask me, what are my daily drivers? Well, this is basically a list of things that have spent the highest percentage of time in my daily rotation. So I'm going to start at number 1 and work my way down to number 5, just because the ones at the bottom are a little more suspenseful. The number 1 phone for me in 2017 has been the Galaxy Note 8. Ever since I got this phone, it's been in my rotation. I've carried it pretty much every single day since I got the phone. For me, a couple of reasons why I love this phone. The S Pen, first and foremost. My day job, as a lot of you guys know, is as a math professor. I use the S Pen all the time for answering student emails, doing calculations on the go, and even just taking basic lecture notes or things I want to add to my lecture notes. It's really a must-have for me, and I really enjoy that. The other thing is the size and the actual display. I love the Infinity display on the Galaxy Note 8, and the size is really perfect for me. I know it's a little too big for some people, but I really enjoy it. The overall design and the build aesthetic, I just really love what Samsung's done with the overall build of their phones lately as well. In addition, you've got the same great camera from the Galaxy S8, but you also now have got a dual camera, which of course you can use for live focus and all of that kind of cool stuff. The camera is not quite as good as a couple of others on the market, like the Pixel 2 XL or the iPhone 10, but it's definitely still near the top of the flagship market, and that's what's kept it in my daily rotation. Now there are a couple of downsides, of course. You've got this weirdly placed fingerprint sensor, which I don't like, but battery life is fantastic. The specs are on point, gaming, media, everything else is awesome on this phone. So that's number 1 on my list. Been in my rotation 100% of the time since I actually got the phone. The next phone on my list is the Pixel 2 XL. Now, I actually had a really tough choice here at number 2, and it was really difficult for me to make a decision, but I decided to go with the Pixel 2 XL mainly because of the camera. The camera on this phone is bananas. I just did a comparison between this phone and you guys are going to see number 3 on my list, the OnePlus 5T, and the camera on here just blows the OnePlus 5T out of the water in my opinion. The kind of things you can do with portrait mode with just a single camera on the back, no dual camera here, all done in software. Processing is amazing. I showed some camera samples there. The camera is the number 1 reason to carry this, and that's why it's also been in my rotation 100% of the time since I got it. I also really like the build quality and design. It's just a little unique aesthetic that Google brings to the phone. The orange power button, the sort of, panda white on black on the back, fingerprint sensor location. It just looks like a really nice phone. It's also super smooth. You're going to get software updates. Very fluid, the software. It's really tough to beat the fluidity that you get from the stock sort of Google experience, their vision for Android. You also get some cool things like the lock screen identification of your music, some other exclusive things to the Pixel launcher. They did add this really ugly text to the search bar, which I don't like. It says search. I don't know why they did that. But everything else about this phone is on point. The specs, front-facing speakers. Google brought us IP67 dust and water resistance this year. So this is definitely a great phone, and it's number 2 on my list for 2017. At number 3, as you guys already know because I just mentioned it, and I've also spent quite a bit of time doing some comparisons of this and the Pixel 2 XL, this is the OnePlus 5T. Now this phone just came out a little over a month ago, so obviously I haven't had a lot of time to have it in my rotation, but since I've got it, it's definitely been up there. It hasn't always been in my pocket, but maybe 85 to 90% of the time I've been rotating it as my 3rd phone, and I really like the overall software customization. I talked about this quite a bit in the comparison I did with the Pixel 2 XL. You've got custom icon packs right out of the gate, this cool accent color and dark mode theme that you can do right in Oxygen OS. OnePlus has been doing a great job also with just keeping it close to stock and adding extra features in addition to stock Android to make it valuable. You've got the alert slider on the side here. You've got the new 18:9 aspect ratio on the front, which really improved things from the design perspective of the OnePlus 5. Of course, you got dash charging, which I really love. That's one big distinguishing feature of OnePlus. You do still have a headphone jack on here, which is a really nice thing. Fingerprint sensor on the back now, and you've also got those dual cameras and the really awesome face unlock feature, which I've already demonstrated is incredibly fast. You guys can see me just peeking out from behind the camera there, and it automatically unlocks. Also, if you're into rooting and ROMing your phones, customizing it, You can do all that kind of stuff. I actually have a little bit of a video coming up on Gadget Hacks, their YouTube channel, which I'll link below, talking about why the OnePlus 5T is the best phone for rooting and modifying in 2017. So that's number 3 on my list for those reasons. So now as we get to the bottom, these are going to be a little surprising. So again, these are my favorites, not the objective best phones of the year. At number 4 on my list is the Blackberry Key 1. Now I actually have 2 different colors of this, a silver and a space black version, which BlackBerry sent me and I love it. I'm showing you guys that one because I love the aesthetic of it. One of these 2 phones has been with me, either the silver or the black one, every day for the last, I don't know, 5 or 6 months. Ever since I got this phone, I've been carrying one of those 2 variants, mainly because I've been using it for my work stuff at the university, the high level of security that BlackBerry offers, and also I've just gotten really used to using a physical keyboard again. Some of the gestures on here are awesome, and if you like typing out long-form emails, it's really, really nice to do it on that keyboard. Also very close to stock Android experience on this device. So if you don't like a lot of bloat, you're going to get, a very nice experience with the BlackBerry software. Also, you can add custom icon packs just like you can on Oxygen OS on the OnePlus 5T. So they've actually added some nice customization to their launcher that make it more Android friendly. Overall, I just think this is such a solid device. It feels nice in hand, looks really good, reminds you of that premium BlackBerry aesthetic from back in the day. The camera is not number 1 in the world, but again, I carry the Pixel 2 XL for that. But for all of my work stuff, this has definitely been a killer, and I'm looking forward to seeing what BlackBerry offers in 2018. Hopefully a Blackberry Key 1 2, a successor to this phone, will be coming out to give us a stock experience, amazing battery life that this phone offers, a physical keyboard, and of course that great BlackBerry security. So that's number 4 for me on my top 5. And then the final phone, which is going to be a little more controversial probably, it is the Essential Phone PH1. Now I know a lot of people are going to ask, why is this one of my favorite phones of 2017? Well, when the phone originally launched, it was $699. It was way overpriced, had stock Android, which was great. Camera was terrible. There's a lot of software hiccups. Essential realized that they priced it way too high. They brought it down through a series of price decreases. Now it sits at $499. You've been able to find it for $450 at Best Buy and a lot of other places. But it's steadily on sale for $499 now at Essential's website. They've pushed out a lot of updates to the camera. They've pushed out a lot of updates to the phone in general. And I've just been really impressed with what they've been able to do. This photo right here I took with the portrait mode. This photo I took of the Note 8. Very, very nice bokeh in the back. I've been really impressed with what they've been able to do with the camera on this particular phone. So they've improved the camera a lot. They've also pushed out incremental software updates, security updates that have helped with some of the scrolling lag. There's still a little bit there. I'm running the Android Oreo beta right now on the Essential phone. They've made a lot of progress in Oreo, and when the stable version comes out for Oreo, I think you're really going to see that Essential is doing very well. And I think they're going to push out the stable Oreo update either by the end of 2017 or right in the beginning of 2018. So is this the greatest camera or greatest experience overall? No, but if you put it together for the value, if you really want stock Android and you want 128 gigs of storage, and you really like the build quality and the size of this phone, it's a very, very small phone, even though you're getting that nice, full display on the front. If you compare it to the OnePlus 5T, look how much smaller it is. So sure, the OnePlus 5T is in the same price range, but if you want this different form factor, it's a completely different form factor than the 5T, and if you want that form factor, you're still getting a great phone, and the camera is really improved. So basically, for the promise of what we could see in the future, this is my 5th favorite phone because I think Essential is going to bring us some nice things in 2018, especially if they go with a nice follow-up to this phone next year. We should see some impressive things from the successor to the PH1. All right, guys, so that is my full list of my best phones of 2017 on the Android side. So if you guys want me to do a couple more videos talking about different categories like gaming, productivity, etc., I'll definitely do that. I am going to have a couple videos talking about gaming and also rooting and modding like I mentioned over on the Gadget Hacks channel. I'll link below. You guys can find me at dopetechdaily.com, Google+, Instagram, and Twitter at the links in the description. I appreciate you guys checking out this video. Please like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification icon so I can make future videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.